When I was in elementary or middle school, I remember learning about dream catchers, and I always wanted one because they looked so beautiful, but I was nervous to get one because they taught us that when you have a dream catcher, while it will catch the nightmares and bad dreams while you're alive, if when you pass away someone doesn't sew it up properly, then I believe it was that your spirit would get stuck in purgatory and you wouldn't be able to move on to another life. And that has always kind of deterred me from wanting to get a dream catcher. And it's definitely very superstitious, but I also know that I wasn't raised on a tradition that taught me about dream catchers or such things. So it also felt like I was trying to take something from another culture, from different people, and I didn't want to do something like that because that has meaning to the people who created it, and I wouldn't want to violate the meaning that they've given to it just because I think it's pretty or fun. It's a little bit disrespectful for me. So I've never had a real dream catcher. I believe we've made like little popsicle stick wheat woven loom type things that were kind of in the shape of them, but those don't really compare. And I love it when I go to sleep and I have dreams and I can remember them. And it's even more fun when I have lucid dreams and the ability to control what happens. Sometimes I've had prophetic dreams where it'll be a very random dream, ranging from me being in a Walmart, but like above us and like above the shoe department. It's kind of hazy. And I remember a conversation about being able to put milk and like you can put anything that's in Walmart on layaway, excluding food and milk and things that are perishable. And then there was also a time where my uncle was laughing with this woman about if you have so many referrals, then the daycare company would pay him, and they just did that, ha ha ha, so funny. And I even had one really cool dream where there was a picture of a lion, or a tiger actually, and I could see its face and I could move around and I would see different shapes around it, and it was so beautiful. And I ended up seeing it in person a few weeks later at Global Fest. And Global Fest happens in Urbana-Champaign, and I lived in Southern Illinois at the time. So for me to be in the room with it, and I was in that room twice, because the first time I was in the room, I was watching a presentation, just participating. And the second time I did participate, but I was part of, it was our group's room and participation, because each group kind of can create a scene for others. And I remember we were leading Balderdash, and I just saw the picture and I was like, oh my gosh, that's the line I saw in my dream. And I took a picture of it. I have no idea what I did with the camera. But dreams have always been something that are fun to me because it's almost the closest to magic and powerful, amazing things that aren't offensive to what I've been taught. So I've had dreams where I end up flying. I have dreams where I'm running away and gonna get murdered. I've had dreams that have very weird things happening. I remember one when I was in Massachusetts, and we were in this living room, and there was a tiny grandma riding on a tiny bicycle, and we're just like in a normal sized living room, and it's just like this little woman just goes riding by, and it was like, what is happening? And a lot of times when I dream, I do know that I'm dreaming, and I feel like I'm excited to have the point where some of my daydreams and visions and ideas are starting to manifest in my life. I've been doing Bible studies with my family, and in our most recent one, it's talking about vision and how what we think is what we are and who we are. And when you think great things about yourself, you're more empowered to take steps to making that version of yourself reality. And we were having a conversation the other day where my mom says everyone deserves to have a clean house. And then I was like, I'll deserve a clean house when I can afford a housekeeper to keep it clean for me. My mom was just like, I've never heard someone say something like that. And after we had that conversation, I was just like, you know what? I've been messy since I was a kid and a bit disorganized in my home space. And why not just clean up? I can afford to clean up myself as well. And so I've been washing dishes daily. I've been cleaning up my bathroom more, I just cleaned out my closet today. Yesterday, I swept my bathroom floor in addition to cleaning it up. There's not very much on my bathroom floor, so I just was lazy the last time I cleaned up the toilet and the tub and everything else. And I've even been cleaning my kitchen more. I've reorganized my room a little bit, and I know that I'm on my way to cleaning up, like going through my drawers, reorganizing and folding clothes, going through papers and books that I have, seeing if there's anything I'm ready to get rid of. And I feel like I'm just naturally ready to clear up space and do things instead of dreaming and thinking about them. And in one of the books I've been reading, it was talking about how passion is an urge to create, an urge to do. And I've had a lot of urges to do things, and I've been constipated in my ability to produce and do things. So if there's a pipeline that goes from idea to action, I've just been blocked in the middle. I accumulate so many ideas so quickly, and then I do nothing with them, and then I doubt myself, and I don't believe that I'm going to produce anything. And I'm finally getting to this place where I'm deciding, no, I take action on my ideas. I have an urge to do things. And so today I thought I was going to go through my papers, and I was like, let's empty out the closet. So I emptied out my closet. I found out I have more hooks for hanging things in it than I realized. I've resorted things so it's a little neater, a little easier to sort through. And I know I'll probably get rid of things soon, but it was just really nice to kind of create that space, sweep it out, spray it, smudge it a little bit, and really just claim my space for myself, because I've been not taking advantage of it. And I've been thinking about it off and on for like a few weeks now, if not months, where it's just like, oh, like let's go in that closet and clean it up and make sure it's useful and structured. So now I've gone through my closet, and my closet looks so much better. I feel better about it. I'm excited to figure out what I would like to keep from the papers that I have, which is also a challenge because I tend to be a pack rat. And so I'm looking to let that habit go, because it's part of what I feel is my constipation and debt in life. I just accumulate so many things and let it back up to the point where it's like, now I don't know where to start, how to let it go, what's actually important to me, what can I cast aside. And I feel like, oddly enough, I feel like this relates to distraction as well. I feel like what keeps me distracted is that I don't have a focal point in my life, and I don't have a main intention. I don't have that mission that this is what I'm here for and I'm going to get it done. And what that does for me is it opens me up to distraction and following any breadcrumbs, and everything seems like a great idea. If you stand for nothing, you fall for everything. You'll fall for anything is kind of what comes to mind for me. Because when we don't know what our mission is, what our purpose is, what we're here to accomplish, it's easy to get distracted because there is no purpose. You're just existing. Sometimes our purpose is, I'm just gonna survive through the day. I'm gonna make it through the month. I'm gonna make it from this paycheck to the next paycheck. And those are great things if that's what you know you're doing and you're aware of it and you're doing it well and you're getting better and better at it. But a lot of the times, I feel like what we do and what I've seen is, I want to be a big producer and I want to create so much music and I want to build this thing and I have a library of things and I can do so much with it. And what I'm really focused on is living paycheck to paycheck. I just am focused on surviving the day. And what happens there is congruence. If your vision is so big and far off and it doesn't feel real, even if you have the tools for it, even if you're talented, if your daily focus is, I'm just surviving, I'm out here grinding and hustling to stay alive, that's going to prevent you from creating your dream in reality. Because your dream isn't production, your dream is survival. And it's not a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with being in that state. It's just, if you think you're trying to do one thing when you're really focused on another, that's just not effective in getting dreams accomplished. And I know that's where I'm at for myself, is that I have the big visionary, international, inspirational speaker, coach, author, socialite. And on the micro level, it's, how do I do my job without getting so upset? How do I stop getting mad at people telling me what to do? How do I show up and get the job done, whether people respond well to me or not? How do I stop worrying about the outcomes of what I say and do and think and feel on others, and just focus on knowing that I'm coming from a place of love, compassion, intention, and purpose? What would that look like for me? And that's what I've been exploring for myself, because I know that the more honest I can be with myself about what am I up to, what am I trying to accomplish, the faster and easier it will be to say, oh, I'm just trying to live paycheck to paycheck, and I would really love to pay off all my debt. I would really love to buy nice things and decorate and have fun with it. And as I transition and shift and I've been making small shifts with it, where I've gone from, oh, I'm so irresponsible, I'm lazy, dirty, trifling, ratchet, nobody likes me, why would anyone want to work with me, to, you know what? I'm tired of telling that story to myself. I am responsible. I get things done. I'm a good steward of my apartment. I love living in this apartment. When I have a task, I get it done. If I say I'm gonna work, I will set a timer and I will focus on getting my work done. I can create the environment for me to be productive. I know how to get things done. And part of it's just because I'm tired of telling myself stories that tear me down and focus on the criticism that I received and all the negative. And I'm ready to tell myself empowering stories and the truth about who I am and what I'm capable of, because I've lived the path of I don't trust myself, and it sucks. I trust myself, and I always have trusted myself, but in experimenting with, well, what is it like to be a normal person? It sucks. Waiting on someone to tell you what to do, waiting to be told what to do, not wanting to be told what to do. It's just so confusing and complicated, and it's just like, it doesn't work for me. I personally don't like it. I can understand the appeal of it if it works for you to not make those choices, but I know for myself that I would like to create something that I choose to create and that I feel inspired and passionate about. And I'm seeing what that looks like for me. And I also see how in my spiritual research, I get frustrated because it feels like everything's so contradictory, where it's like, you create everything with your thoughts. So make sure you ask for what you would like. But when you ask for what you would like, don't ask for things in a way that says that you're begging and don't have it. Because if you keep saying that you don't have a thing, then you're not going to have the thing. But at the same time, you have everything that you need. So like, don't worry. And it's just like, okay, cool. I'll explore, play around and experiment. And as I create my empire, I'll see what works for me. And that's really, I feel, what it all boils down to is it's an individual choice what works for us. And I'm seeking to make it with intention and purpose and love. And I'm working on connecting within myself with my feelings and my truth and what works for me and not what works for anyone else. Because at the end of the day, I'm the only one who has to live with my choices. If I had kids, they'd have to live with it too. And I would hope I would have their best interests at heart. But a lot of times we don't have kids for the right reasons. So it's like, who knows? All kids are probably going to be screwed up on some level, because most parents don't have kids for reasons that are loving and like fun. They're mostly like, I have expectations of you. Love me. Treat me well. Do my cleaning. But that's another story. Whatever dreams you have, I hope that you have the faith and the determination to figure out what is blocking you, what does it really look like, what is the next best step in making it happen, and that you know that whatever you can believe you can achieve, it's all possible. So comment below if you're curious to learn more, share your dreams. I'd love to nurture them and bless them with my attention as well. Please share, subscribe, like, and have an awesome day. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.